Welcome to One-on-One with Expert Flyer. This is your host, Lisa Caslin. And I know, this time of year, most of us are thinking about, okay, Thanksgiving's coming up. We got to go visit the family, distant, far friends and family. But, like everything else in 2020, the holidays are going to be just a little bit different. And we wanted to talk about that. Our guest today is Jennifer Mcguire. She heads up JMCPR, a public relations agency in New York City, and she does specialize in tourism and hospitality. So she's going to talk from a personal standpoint and then maybe give us some advice based on what she does every day. So how you doing, Jennifer? Thanks for coming on.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So, we're trying to make lemonade out of lemons here. Many people, especially now, this spike, I think the CDC reported a couple of days ago, the highest rate of infection in a single day, something like over 143,000 cases. So, the idea of traveling by air is, not so much, right? So you have some neat ideas on how to maybe make it work, how to get together when travel bans keep you apart. So why don't you give us some of your advice?
For sure. The biggest thing with the holidays this year is that everyone's saying, what will we do if we can't get together? So when I was thinking about my family getting together, excuse me, sorry. Sorry about that. We started thinking about ways to make it different. And like you and I had started to talk about, just going beyond the typical Zoom. So, we're doing 4 things differently this holiday season, and I feel like they could be some good ideas that people can take and kind of make their own. But the first thing is exactly about Zoom, which everyone is so tired of. So we are going to do a family Zoom. We have family in Long Island, Connecticut, Florida, and New York City, and beyond. So Zoom is really our only solution. But our one tip to make it feel a little more like home and to personalize the Zoom is that we are all going to put the background of my parents' fireplace on our Zooms. So when we look at each other on screen, it kind of looks like we're all sitting together.
Yeah, I love that idea.
Yeah, so that's
Mom and Dad know how to
it's kind of fun. Yeah, and it's easy to do that. It's so simple. Sometimes people have to do Zoom branded backgrounds for work, so it's kind of fun to do something that's a little more personal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, one of the other things that we're doing this year is we are definitely going to keep our annual Secret Santa, which we typically select around Thanksgiving. But what we'll do this year is know that we're mailing gifts to each other's houses. And there's a lot of apps that make it really easy to do a Secret Santa. They even go so far as you can put Amazon links to the items on your Secret Santa, on your wish list, so that you can be sure that you're communicating to the people on your Secret Santa list without having to actually tell them or spoiling the surprise. Very good.
What are some of those apps? Do you have a couple
I use Elfster, ELFSTER. It's free and it's pretty easy. It has a couple of ads on there, but it's pretty turnkey. And again, I love the idea that you can put up a list of the things that you are interested in or that are your wishes, and you can even put links on there.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, what else you got?
So one thing is that we know that wine in 2020 has been very helpful for some people to get through the pandemic. But we know that getting together with family many times means doing a toast. So this is kind of a spoiler alert for any of my family that might hear this in advance of the holidays. But what I'm personally doing is creating a novelty custom wine label. And there's a lot of brands out there that can do that for you and then ship it to your family members or anyone on your list. So basically what I'm doing is creating that custom wine label, having it shipped to everyone. And so that way, while we're on our Zoom, we can all do a toast and almost feel like we're drinking from the same bottle.
Oh, that is wonderful. So creative. Real
yes,
good.
You know, also, as a PR person, we have to think of these things for our clients. So the best thing is to try to think of these things where we can benefit ourselves and our family as well.
Sure.
And then I have one more, which is kind of fun. So every year I kind of take charge of making my mom's famous cream puffs recipe for dessert. Everybody always fights over the last one, but obviously this year is going to be a little different, especially for family who can't jump on a plane. So what we're doing is we're using good old snail mail, printing out copy of the recipe along with a separate shopping list. That way everyone can make the recipe, have the shopping list, and feel like we're also sharing in our traditional family dessert as well.
That's super. Really great tips. So to kind of wrap it up, I mean, knowing that you're probably, at the center of, giving advice both to your clients and maybe helping out, the media through this pandemic and travel-related issues. If you were going to give folks some, helpful maybe cautions or other types of advice regarding travel, if they feel like they still kind of have to do it, what do you say about that?
Yeah, that is, because right now what we'd say is we take things day by day. The good thing is that if you are taking a personal or a business or a vacation trip, right now the airlines are being super flexible. They are allowing you to book a flight, and then if you want to change it for any reason, there are no penalties. But the biggest thing around the holidays is that when you do want to be with your loved ones, my advice is two things. One, when you are looking at who's coming to your home, everyone should think about what their local travel protocols and regulations are for their state and country. That way they're in full understanding of what will happen when they come back, if there's a quarantine, if they need to test, etc. But most importantly, when you have people come into your home or share space with you during the holidays, to be the safest you can be, create your own protocols and say, when folks are coming to my house, here's what I'm requesting. I'm requesting we wear masks. I'm requesting we all stay outside. I'm requesting that everyone gets tested. Whatever the case is, communicating in advance will really help to alleviate any of the fears and challenges that people may feel when they're nervous, especially if there's kids involved or older family members, etc.
100%. Agreed.
Yeah. There's a lot of advice online right now, too. The media have been doing a great job based on kind of national, Dr. Fauci, CDC, et cetera. You can Google what are the tips for having a safe Thanksgiving or Christmas, and there's a lot of great lists of ideas out there.
Great stuff. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I wish you and your family a wonderful, peaceful, healthy holiday.
Oh, and to you too, Lisa. Thanks for having me on. It was fun.
Absolutely. Take care.
Thank you.